Hello everyone, this is Antonio Beeler with the Peaceful Streets Project. I'm going to do my best to keep this short. I've been quite disturbed by some of the comments by many of our supporters recently on social media. I am disgusted by the police state. I think that we as a society, in order to be considered civilized, need to get rid of the police state. We need to abolish policing, we need to abolish jails, and we need to abolish prisons. Net, all of them do far more harm than any good they could ever accomplish. I've been disgusted by the way so many people have rallied behind killer cops in our society, particularly when those cops kill people of color, or the homeless, or the mentally ill. I've been disgusted seeing this sort of underlayer of racism and classism in our society since I've started fighting police abuse. I'm disgusted at all the people who ridicule and mock Black Lives Matter. And they say that these people who were murdered by the police somehow deserved it. These people who supported Darren Wilson, and they said Michael Brown deserved to be killed because he was allegedly attacking the police officer before he ran away and got shot down in the middle of the street. I'm disgusted by the people who say that Tamir Rice, a young boy, deserved to be murdered because he was playing with a toy gun in a city park. And I'm disgusted at the thousands of other examples of police killing people every single year, and the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of other very violent crimes, such as violent assaults, robberies, and rapes, committed by the police against the people, including framing as well, which is rampant, committed by the police against the people, most often whom are people of color, mentally ill, extremely poor, or homeless. The reason why the police get away with it is because we do live in this classist, racist society that is okay with police killing people. That is completely fine with police taking the lives of people because they broke some sort of social order or because the police claim such. And it's because the people that the police target are predominantly black or brown, homeless, mentally ill, or extremely poor. Unfortunately, it seems that some of our supporters can be flipped to support the state all of a sudden when the state kills someone who doesn't fall within those groups. And that's really disappointing. This week, federal agents killed, law enforcement agents killed a man named LaVoy Finicum. He was part of the Oregon militia in Oregon. Let me just state this very clearly. I do not support what they were doing. I do not support how they went about it. And I acknowledge and recognize that many of their supporters, and probably a good number of them, fully supported law enforcement when they murdered Michael Brown in the middle of the street in Ferguson, and fully supported the police in the great majority of crimes against the people. I know that many of their supporters say that Black Lives Matter protesters deserve what they got when they were assaulted and arrested for simply trying to stand up and make noise about police going after and destroying the lives of so many black people. But just because they're not perhaps people we agree with, or in some cases they're really racist and really pathetic police supporters, at least many of their supporters are, just because they are not angels doesn't mean that we should all of a sudden turn a blind eye to the police killing them. Every single person deserves due process. Every single person, at the very least, should get a judge and a jury. When a police officer kills someone, they take away that fundamental right. It's a right that's a bunch of BS because it's not afforded to everyone, and certainly not equally applied. But it's a right. That's the minimum that we should expect. All police officers are cowards. We know this. I've discussed this many times before. But police officers who kill people because they claim that they're scared are pathetic and should never be regarded as heroes, and they should never be celebrated for what they've done. This Finicum guy was in the middle of the snow, car disabled. He had nowhere to go. At best, he had a pistol on him, and the cops shot him dead. They could have simply sat it out. They had the numbers, they had the firepower, they had the position. At no point did this guy pose a real significant threat to these police officers. Unless a police officer is not committing a crime and is being shot at or stabbed, the police officer simply should not kill someone. An officer's safety excuse is the most pathetic excuse in the world. We pay them far more money than they deserve, given their training, their intelligence, and their emotional stability. Police officers should always put the lives and liberty of the people before their own safety. And them saying that this guy deserved to die because he was reaching for his pistol, that's the exact same excuse the police use all the time to justify murdering people of color, or the homeless, or the mentally ill. And we shouldn't fall into the trap of trusting the police at times because they can couch it in such a way that they make someone that we don't agree with out to be a villain. Every person deserves to have their life preserved. Every person deserves the right, at least, to a trial by jury. That includes marginalized and oppressed groups that the police go after and target. But it also includes people that don't fall into those groups. Let's be better than all those racists who argue Michael Brown deserved it. Let's be better than all those racists who argue that John Crawford, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, Larry Jackson Jr. deserved it. We can be better than that. Let's stand strong. Let's stand unified in our position that policing is unnecessary, policing is violent, policing must be eradicated, because police commit crimes against people all the time. Police beat, abuse, frame, rape, and murder people all the time and get away with it. Primarily because we live in a racist, classist society that is willing to see the police destroy the lives of certain groups. Let's not ever give them any ammunition. Let's stay consistent. Let's call out the disparities. It's okay to point out a lot of these individuals and their supporters were racist who didn't support Black Lives Matter, who said that the black people killed by police deserved it. Yes, that's vile, that's disgusting. We don't have to agree with that. But just like every rapist, every murderer, and every so-called terrorist deserves due process, so did this LaVoy Finicum guy. Let's be better than the police. Let's be better than the racist scum who support the Thin Blue Line when they kill people of color. This is Antonio Villa with the Peaceful Streets Project. I want to keep this short. Sorry it went a little long, but this is something that we must evolve past. Abolish the police, abolish jails, abolish prisons. Thank you.